Hello? You said what? Stay inside. You're fine. You're in a warehouse. Just stay inside. There's no tornado out there. Oh. Yeah. Well, tornadoes they're not like hurricanes. They just drop and they hit direct. So if it's not swirling down the street, you're fine. Yeah. You just stay inside. I mean, there ain't nothing you can really do. If it blows the roof off the place, I mean, you're just shit out of luck. It's not the best thing you do in a tornado is go underground. And what? Come here, stop screaming. Okay, stop screaming. All right, Shiloh, stop screaming. Okay. Okay, you gotta stop. I'm trying to work. I can't have you crying. Please stop. I need you to stop.
No.
I'm trying to work. You can't come down here screaming and crying. But you go watch your show and play with Judah.
I don't watch fish. I don't want babies.
Well, what do you want to watch?
I want to watch my shows. My babies are. I don't want the show. I don't want babies.
Okay, Shiloh, stop. Just stop, please.
No babies. I don't want them.
I'm trying to, but I can't.
Because
Because you won't let me
your
work.
pen?
Yes.
I'm trying to work your pen. Can we come and look? Is that Daddy? Yes. Let's say so. Let's see. Is that so cool that? Is that Daddy? Yes. I hope you look. What's this for your pen? Oh my! Baby shark, baby shark. Baby shark. Mona, wait. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my
Stop,
hands.
Shiloh. Just stop.
I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay. Your pen is gone. Your pen is gone. Your pen is gone. Daddy's pen and Daddy's pen. It's over here. Over here. No. Where's Daddy? Right. Not Daddy's. Is that Daddy's pen? Where's the pen, Daddy? I don't see a pen. I don't see your pen. I don't see your pen. This is other pen. That's Daddy's rock. No, that's this. So that's one. So hello. Hello. Good morning. What's the day? I'll go by. Hello, doggy. I said, okay, doggy. I got good morning. Ay.
Hey, stop, Shiloh, please.
This makes Peter. This makes Peter. Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter. Peter. Now it's doing this aside. I go outside, Daddy. Smell and the pen. Open. It's open. I gotta open it. Listen down.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Ella.
Happy Tuesday,
Happy
July 21st.
Happy first.
Yes, you hear the little one in the background, Shiloh. I wanted a little bit of daddy time this morning, so you have to. You have to not mind too much my assistant trader here. I mean, she's liable to just say anything, act off impulse. So hopefully she don't get us banned here, but you know, I think she'll be pretty good. So this morning, I've well into my warm up phase. I'm preemptively ending along here. Start off with 2 micros. we got wicked out on the first warm-up trade. Still trying to catch my rhythm here. I re-entered a little bit lower position with 2 micros, then added another 2. So we're in 4. I honestly believe we're going to go up, you know, at open and tap into this daily bearish fair value gap, which we missed yesterday. I was anticipating that we would go up into there yesterday, but today I think we may reach that area because price is looking pretty bullish pre-market. We're kind of hanging out in this area now, waiting for some more volume to come in. So I've marked out our 8 a.m. highs and our 8 a.m. lows. So the thought process here is that price will go up, sweep these highs, maybe even London highs, hopefully tap into this daily liquidity, this bearish fair value gap, and then head lower to sweep those 8 a.m. lows back down into these higher time frame PD arrays. We have a 4-hour, a 1-hour bullish fair value gap. Now looking back in the past, you know, this area has been an area where price has rejected sharply and came down. This is the 1-hour chart. So being as though price is come back to this area and hasn't immediately rejected sharply, we've kind of been hanging out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last, you know, well, I'll start here because we're going to go off this wick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 attempts for 7 hours. We've been hanging in this area here. So it's just telling me that we're just waiting for some volume to shoot price up into this daily fair value gap before we head down lower for lower prices. So that's what I'll look. So in our pre-market warm-up phase, we're in the longs. We're currently in the positives here. I put this on my trading view chart so you could see with the tool here. But as of now, this is where we are. So we're up about $70 here on this trade. So I'm just waiting for some volume to kick in. Hopefully we'll go up here and sweep our TP areas here. I have 2 TPs here. So I marked out our first TP at these highs and our second. Hopefully we can catch it. I'll pull our stop loss up once we break this high. Once we break this high here, I'll pull our stop loss up to break even, and we'll just drag it up and keep a runner on, hit our first TP, and then we'll keep 2 on for a second TP if it goes our way. It is. But again, I've gotten to the habit of doing these pre-market trades to kind of catch the rhythm of the market, try to get in tune and alignment with what's going on. It's been working out pretty well. I try not to go too heavy because I'm not just trying to blow this account. I do want to preserve this account. This is my IQ Capital account. Again, IQ Capital, I have an amazing deal. Use code MAV, M-A-V. You can get access to a 50K account for only $9. That's a deal. And this is that account here. This is a 50K account. Paid $9. Been trading this account for a few days. It's legit. You just gotta try it out. Just go to iqcapital.io. Use code MAV, M-A-V, and get yourself a $9 account. There's one thing in paper trading or just, marking up the charts, but when you actually have some skin in the game, whether it's $9 or $900, you get a different feeling. You start to trade differently. So, put the $9 on the table, get some skin in the game, get a feel for what it feels like to trade with some actual risk, and make the move. So we're watching price kind of hang out here let's see, what do we have? We got about 6 minutes until the open. Usually we'll start to see a little bit more volatility as people start to, put in a little bit more trades as closer we get to the open. We're waiting for that institutional volume to come in, and hopefully it'll shoot us straight up to that area we're looking for. So we'll see. But today should be a pretty good day. Let's check and see if we got any news on the day. No real big news. No red folder news for today. Tomorrow, nothing. This isn't a big week. Yeah, so you're looking good on that front. So that was a nice wick up there. So we did wick up. I'm going to pull my stop loss up to the bottom of this candle here. And let's see. We did get up above that candle. Let's see if we can get our first TP. Let's see if we can get our first TP here. So I'm going to take our first TP here at these highs because we did break these highs. I want to take our first TP here at these highs to kind of lock in some profits. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. So either way, we are in profit here. I pulled our stop loss up. So we're about $70 in profit if it comes back down. So we hit our first TP. We hit our first TP, which is good. We still got about 4 minutes left. So this may be preemptively. We may see some downward pressure at the open. So I pulled our stop loss up a little bit. We're kind of trailing. Kind of trail this candle. I'd like to hit our second TP here at these highs. I put it at these highs. I'm going to be patient. After that paper cut we took this morning, we're currently up $43 on this account for our trades this morning, for our pre-market trades. So what I'll do is I'll try to walk this up. Let's try to put this. Let's put this on the 30-second chart. Wow. Okay. 30-second chart. That kind of gives us a little bit more of what's going on here. I'm going to drag our stop loss up just a little bit. Bottom of this candle. And there we go. So I'll close this out there. So we did pretty good. We're up 124 on the day on this account. We did wick above these highs here. So it actually did hit our TP. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart. So boom. So okay. Well, actually no. I had marked our last TP at this high here, which we didn't hit before I closed the trade, but that's okay. We got a nice feel for the market, and that's what the purpose of these trades are. The open. We still got about 3 minutes left until the open. So it looks like we might wick up and sweep these highs pre-market and maybe head down at the open. So let's just see where it goes. Oh, that's a nice up there. So we're gapping up here. And this was our original trade here for our pre-market. This is the 5 minute chart. So I'm looking for now pre-market, since we've gapped up so high pre-market, if it fails to tap our drawn liquidity here on the daily fair value gap and falls down, I'm going to look to buy that dip. And look for a continuation to the upside. However, if we tap this daily fair value gap, and depending on how price goes down, so if we go here and then we come down and then we create some type of structure going down, I will get into some shorts in anticipation to sweep these lows. However, if we see something like this and then a straight drop down, I'll be looking for some structure to buy that dip on the way up, to recover all of this. So that's what we're looking at. So we got about 10 seconds to the open here. Let's see what we're going. So we've tapped into that daily fair value gap at the open with an immediate rejection to the downside. Now, depending on how far price goes, we may just see a straight bull ride to the upside. So it looks like we tapped into that daily fair value gap. We've hit that premium level, that daily premium level, and now we're coming down. Click here on the 1 minute. There we go. So this is the opening gap. This is where price settled at. At the close yesterday. So we have this entire gap area here. So that's our opening gap range. That's our opening range gap there. And we'll see where we end up here. So if we invert this 5-minute fair value gap here, that would give us good indication of lower prices. I'd go to the 1 minute and look for some indication that we can enter this trade, maybe on a retest or a inversion of a 1 minute fair value gap. We're rejecting off this 1 minute fair value gap here. We haven't inverted this 5 minute. So if we invert this 5 minute, that would be an inversion essentially of this 1 minute as well, because this lines up with constant encroachment of basically this 5 minute. So we did cross this 8 a.m. high. So now I'm looking to maybe price is telling me that we'll be getting into this 8 a.m. low. So I'm here on the 1 minute. We created fair value gap here. We've inverted this 1 minute fair value gap here. And rejection off. We're below our MAs. So I'd be looking to take maybe a short to these lows here. Let's see. We still haven't inverted this 5 minute, which I'd like to see. We just missed the inversion of that 5 minute fair value gap, which we could just see it might go down here and sweep these lows before the inversion. We did invert this 1 minute. Inverted this 2 minute here. So let's see, is this just a pullback, or are we we're headed back up there. And that's why I like to wait for an inversion of at least the 5 minute fair value gap, because we did invert this 1 minute and you can see prices came down, went straight back up. We're right here into this resistance area, back into this daily premium area. This 1 hour candle, it's kind of like a doji, and to see we have a wick on the top and bottom here. Kind of got down to this area and rejected back up. So let's see. We'll just wait. Let's just be patient and see what price does. See if we're going to continue to reject at this daily fair value gap or go up into this higher time frame level here. I do have a higher time frame level here, which is a mid level. This is that monthly wick. Yeah, these are those blue lines we see here on that higher time frame. So we are wicking down, rejecting off that higher time frame. Let's see if we can't get a close below this 5 minute. All right. See, we got some guys in the chat there. I think I know who Actual Factuals may be. And shout out to NASA coverage. So, again, we haven't taken any trades after the open here, but we are keeping an eye on this tap into our daily PD array, that daily bearish fair value gap. It's kind of rejecting off that area. I want to invert this 5-minute fair value gap before maybe committing to a short into sweeping these 8 a.m. lows. So we'll see. We'll see if price wants to take us a little bit higher before selling off, or if it will continue in this bullish trend that we're currently in. So these upper wicks on the 1 minute is giving us some bearish indications, but structure here. This structure, this is kind of some bullish structure here. We haven't really broke any significant lows on any of these exterior lows on the 1 minute, kind of creating a bullish order block here with this bullish engulfing candle. So we'll see, are we going to create is this low going to hold up this higher low? Are we going to break this higher low and continue downward to create maybe a lower low? But right now price is really indecisive. So it looks like we broke this interior low here. So we're currently in this range at the open. So we have to be patient, kind of wait for price to break out of this range here. I've marked this yellow area here as our opening daily gap. So we have price over. This is where price closed. It was settled yesterday. So it doesn't look like it's. We may be interested in closing this gap. We do have a lot of trend line liquidity here. So if we break out of this range, price may be interested in selling off and filling in this gap and soaking up some of this trend line liquidity here. Because below each of these lows are stop losses. So before continuing higher, the market would generally come down here and get this liquidity, sweep these stop losses, get these lows. We have Asia low down here, these overnight lows, and then continue higher. So I got a feeling if it does break out of this range, it's going to do so fairly quickly. So we're again testing this 5-minute fair value gap, looking for a break and a body close below this 5-minute fair value gap for an inversion. Got about 2 minutes left on this candle, on this 5-minute candle. So let's see. We have midnight open down here, which is always a big draw in liquidity. We have our 8 a.m. lows. Let's see here. We have our London lows. We have London low here. We have our New York midnight opening here. And we have our overnight Asia lows here. So we do have some sell side objectives to aim for. But right now, price is kind of stuck in this range. Let's see what. So this is the NASDAQ area here. So it looks we're pretty bullish. It's like we're green. These are the companies we look at. Nvidia. We've got Microsoft and Apple may be holding us up. They are kind of red there, but the majority of the Nasdaq is bullish. So yeah, so we're currently in accumulation, stuck in this range, but hopefully soon we'll see a breakout. Okay, trade. So we did break below this 5-minute fair value gap. We got about 5 seconds left. Just see if we can close below here. So we didn't quite get a close below this 5-minute fair value gap, but we are starting to see some speed to the downside here. So let's go down to the 1 minute. So it looks like it may be shooting for these 8 a.m. lows. There just isn't enough structure here for me to want to get in. We did invert this 1 minute fair value gap, but after we inverted this, it kind of went straight up. So, but this is still an area of interest. But I'm kind of not relying on this fair value gap as an entry point. There's just not enough structure for me to get in. So if I was to take this trade, it would just be purely on there we go. It would be purely on volume and momentum, which we are gaining some momentum to the downside. I have taken those momentum trades before. Not something I generally love to do because it could turn on you at any moment. So I'll just be patient here. If we do sweep these 8 a.m. lows, we'll see where price takes us from there. If that's enough to set us up for some longs. So it does look like we swept those 8 a.m. lows there, just barely. Just barely swept. Just barely wicked below those 8 a.m. lows. And below that, we do have these bullish PD arrays here. So we may be looking for a long setup. But we did, in retrospect, sweep these 8 a.m. highs. Wasn't as smooth as price action, but then came down into and swept the lows. On the higher time frames, it looks a little bit better, but we did invert that 5 minute. So we did get a major rejection off of this 1 hour bullish fair value gap. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Now typically what I'd like to see, if we can get some structure to the upside, maybe some inversions here. So we do have New York open still here. So let's see if this pullback on this 1 minute. Would this be a pull? We did get some rejection off of here. And maybe we can, if we're not done going lower, we may shoot down to tag that New York midnight open. It's a big bottom wick there. So technically, honestly, in reality, we didn't close below this 5 minute fair value gap. I gotta change this. This 5 minute fair value gap never closed below. That's a heck of a manipulation right there. Price didn't close below there. Wow. We wicked all the way down to get them lows, came down into this higher time frame PD array, and came all the way back up for this new candle. The previous candle closed inside, and this new candle opened inside this 5 minute fair value gap. So that, if that isn't some trickery, I don't know what is. Because how many people got sucked into that short and now just got totally smoked. So I've been learning here, Chad. I've been learning to stick to my rules and be more disciplined. In previous era, I would have taken that short. Probably would have worked out because I would have been aiming for this 8 a.m. low. I would have dragged my stop loss down and closed it out. I'm not one of those traders that'll be in profit and hold until TP. My TP would essentially been that 8 a.m. low, so it could have worked out there, but we never got a close, so it just, it wasn't any confirmation. So on the 1 minute, we are creating some gaps on our way up here. We got this 1 minute fair value gap on the way up here. And I marked these because if it comes back down and we get a 1 minute inversion with a lower high, that may be enough for me to get in. Not saying I will, but that could be some reasoning that I'd lean on. We got about 40 seconds left on this candle here. Let's see if we close below. We've already wicked below this candle. We are at this 950 macro. Let's see where price will deliver. If we're going to deliver to the upside, it needs to start to make its mind up and do so within this 950 1010 time frame. If we're going to head lower, it will usually deliver lower to this. If this is going to be our drawing liquidity at this 950 macro, this New York open, we'll start to see some confirmations. That's our midnight open there. This was our 8 a.m. low here. These are 1 minute fair value gap. are creating some low resistance liquidity to the upside. So price may be engineering this liquidity line here just to sweep lower, then come up and grab all this low resistance liquidity, which would be high probability longs. If we invert this 1 minute fair value gap, I may get into a short and aim for this New York open. It might not be the smoothest getting down there because price looks like it's creating these this engineered liquidity. So that means it's going up, coming down, going up, coming down, getting lower each time, but eventually making our way down here. But on the way back up, it may be a lot smoother going up because we have all of this engineered trendline liquidity that was created on the way down. So let's see. So we are resisting a lot sooner and a lot heavier as we get deeper into this macro. We are 5 minutes into this macro. So if we get an inversion below this 1 minute, I may take a jab here. I'll lower my risk. I won't go full risk on that. Oh, 2 seconds left. 1. And we did not break and close below that 1 minute fair value gap. We have a new 1 minute candle here. So let's see if we get an inversion on this one here. So if price keeps up here and we close with a strong bearish candle here, what I'll do is I'll increase my risk, maybe wait for a small pullback and then enter into this trade. So let's see. So I'm waiting on a small pullback before I get in. It looks like we're going down to this midnight open area. If it goes too far down, we'll just hold off and set up for the longs. This new candle here. So there's the pullback. We did create a lower low here. So let's see. We pull back maybe to here, this area here, which we've already tapped into. Tapped into this area here. I'd like to see a retest of this inversion. Close this gap before heading down. See if we can get Price reaches up here to close this gap. In the 1 minute, we've wicked up, touched there, close that gap. So we retested that 1 minute inversion. So we can stay below this 1 minute inversion. We got about 30 seconds left on this next candle. See that pullback? This price action is creating these engineered liquidity for, in my opinion, future longs, which would be a sweep of the midnight open and down into this higher time frame 4-hour bullish fair value gap. So this is our 4-hour fair value gap. We're tentatively looking for price to come down and sweep into these. I'm not sure what we are looking at here. Okay. Yeah. So we're looking for price to come down into this 4-hour inefficiency. So we've already swept those 8 a.m. highs. We've got into this daily liquidity range. This is our daily premium area. We swept these London highs here. That's the London highs that we've swept. So we're kind of in this range here. You see it's rejecting off of this daily fair value gap and kind of going down here and rejecting off of this 4-hour fair value gap. So basically what we're doing is I'm looking for a sweep of a significant point of interest, which would be these London lows, midnight open, and then set up for a nice long to sweep all these this engineered liquidity that we've been seeing. So we have accumulation. We're looking for some manipulation down into the higher time frame PD arrays, then distribution. Then I'd be targeting this daily fair value gap up into this daily OTE level here. Let me jump in here on a momentum trade to hit that New York open. Should give me about 15 points. But I just don't like how price is hesitating there. So I may just stay patient. But as the fact that we swept these highs for liquidity, looks like it was gaining some momentum towards the downside. If we would have left these highs, I would have been more apt to jump into a short to get down into this New York open. Let's see how we kind of like tease that area, then head on back up. We do have another gap. This is the 1 minute gap that was left on the way down there. So yeah, it looks like it's going to sweep that area there. So now it'll probably be a little bit too late to jump in. Although so we're actually trying to see if we can break midnight open to set up for these longs. Kind of want to catch some of this momentum down towards the break of midnight open, but price is just so wishy-washy. I don't want to take too much drawdown by going in trying to catch momentum to the downside. So here's the 1 minute gap that was created there. So we're gapping down. Still haven't taken that midnight open level. So looking at price action, I think the best thing to do is to remain patient. We're coming up into this 1 minute inefficiency here as well. So we're bouncing between two higher time frame inefficiencies, being the daily bearish fair value gap and the 4-hour bullish fair value gap. We'd like to see a sweep of one of these areas of interest, meaning being the midnight open down into this 4-hour inefficiency, and then we'd look for a higher probability setup for longs. That's the play. But I may take a momentum trade on the way down to tap that New York open. Let's see what this looks like. Looks like it's trying to tap, but it's every time it gets close, it just pulls right back. So I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to stay away from that momentum to the downside for that sweep of the New York Open. It looks like we're going to get it pretty shortly here. I'm more interested to see what price does after we sweep midnight open. It looks like we're going to sweep. So we did. There we go. We swept below that midnight open. So if it continues lower towards the downside, we may just be looking at a sell-off. Then I'll be more interested in getting into some possible shorts. So we're looking to create some bearish fair value gaps with the idea of inverting those fair value gaps on the way up for a long confirmation setup. So we're kind of looking for some speed to the downside. Digging a little bit more into this 4-hour inefficiency. We did sweep our midnight open. But we could go as low as constant encroachment of this fair value gap. So let's see. It's just being patient, kind of waiting it out. That's what majority of trading is waiting for that setup. So we got about a little less than 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Which would, if it closes below this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, that will be an inversion, which tells me that we're going to be into some lower prices for a little bit longer here. So depending on that as well would be an indication of if we're going to go take this, look for the long or the short. I'm not married to any bias here. I'm just kind of reacting off of what price is doing and what the market's giving us. So I just kind of put some levels here in our daily opening gap. So we've just tapped below the 25% area of that daily opening gap. If we stay above 50%, it could be an indication of some more bullish price action. We kind of go below this 50% of the daily opening gap and see some structure below it. 9 times out of 10, we'd definitely be they'd be shooting for these higher time frame levels here, and maybe overnight lows Asia, and a close of this daily opening gap. So we are on this 5-minute candle seeing some bullish price action here. So this area of this 1-minute fair value gap that was inverted is an area of interest. So we've tapped this area 1, 2, 3 about 3 times and rejected so far. So that's the expansion lower that we're seeing. So it looks like we're on the 1-minute going below the VWAP. Put a level there. See, that would be a possible target if we look like we're going to continue with this structure to the downside. We've completed that 950 macro, delivered to the downside. We got some expansion to the downside there, creating this 1-minute fair value gap. So now it looks like it's starting to slow up with momentum to the downside. She could be looking for some reverse. So we're going to start to look for some inversions here on this 1-minute. We got about 10 seconds left on this 1-minute candle. Looks like we're going to invert this 1-minute fair value gap. Let's see if we look for a retest of that area. we're just kind of being patient here to see if we can't maybe get a pullback and a retest into this inversion. There we go there. Looks like it's trying to invert there. Well, retest that inversion. Let's see, we're approaching this 1 minute inversion. Let's see for a retest. We did get a bullish cross on our moving averages there. Honestly, chat, looking at this price action, it doesn't really look enticing at all to try to jump into anything right now. I kind of want to get into these longs. We did get some confirmation on this 1 minute inversion, a retest, but we're still in this chop range here. I do like these bottom wicks on this 15 minute. We are respecting this 15 minute fair value gap where we are bodying above consummate encroachment. But see here, we're just in this accumulation range right here. There's a 1 minute bullish fair value gap. I kind of want to go for this high here. We got this low resistance liquidity here. But it seems like every time we get in this area, it just falls. So it just comes to a point we're either going to take it or we're not. So we'll see. That was a push to the upside. So now we did get some volume, some momentum pushing to the upside. We got about 7 seconds left on this candle. Let's see what this next candle does. Let me get a retest of this this resistance area here. I'm gonna go half risk here. We may be looking for, and maybe jumping into this long here. I'm not gonna watch price creep down on me, then creep back up. So let's see. I'm just looking for a little body above this wick here. We did open up. I'd like to see a retest down here into this previous resistance area to see if it's going to hold us up. If we get a nice pullback here, I think I'll take these longs. We may not even get a pullback. We just broke these previous area highs there. So it does look like we're going to shoot for those highs. Got about 30 seconds left on this candle. See if we can get a retest back into this 1 minute FEG. About 7 seconds left. Looks like we're just gonna get up in there. I don't want to jump into this without seeing a pullback, some sort of pullback. ES is looking a little bit more bullish than NQ right now. So ES swept the highs here, now pulling back, and NQ is following. So let's see. Let's see what ES does. I don't want to force a trade. We did retest this fair value gap here. So we are retesting this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. The price is just, it's going up, and then there's nothing, but it's inching up. It's inching up. So we're back up into this daily fair value gap. Kind of risky to take longs now. So we're just in this range. So ideally, are we looking? It's just one of those days where price action, the ranges the range isn't that big. So we're just gonna have to really bear down on our strategy, get an inversion. We get an inversion and a retest and an entry. That's pretty much what's been happening here. Just a little bit of hesitation on my part getting into these trades, especially at these and in this higher area here. Yeah, so we have been respecting this 15-minute fair value gap. We did wick below, but we are bodying above consummate encroachment. So longs from here, definitely valid. I'm gonna take this, see if we can't tap those highs. So we're up about 70 now. Let's see if we can break these, get into these highs here. I'm gonna drag my stop loss fairly quickly on this trade here. So actually, I'm gonna jank it up there. Pulled about 30 bucks off that trade. But let's see. One of the things keeping me is that we're up so high into the premium area here. And we are rejecting. You see these rejection wicks here? We may see a quick push to the upside, then a reversal. So this is one of those days we're gonna have to maybe just take what we can take, little bird shots. We are valid here off of this, off these inversions and rejections. So I may get tapped out here. Trying to hang in there. It's like the Nas sometimes likes to shake you off your position with this wiki price action. We're just gonna hang tight and bank that. It wants to tag those highs. So I may close this trade out here if we don't get some speed to the upside here fairly quickly. So it tapped us out there. So again, it's kind of waiting to tap those highs. So we come back. Maybe got in just a little bit too early. Let's see what we're doing here. If I get some type of bullish indication here, I will re-enter this trade. Looks like we're getting a rejection off of this 1 minute fair value gap. Respecting that retest. Got about 4 seconds left on that candle. Looks like it's trying to head lower, but we're still respecting that fair value gap. So we're respecting this 1 minute fair value gap, but it's price kind of just hanging around there. It could break below it. Anytime price action is just not the greatest lately. It does look good that we did break these highs, these interior highs. Looking for this exterior high. This could be a small pullback, and I'll take one more jab here before we head towards ending the stream. We're getting into this 1050 macro. It's 15 minute into that daily premium. Got about 20 seconds left. See if we invert this 1 minute. I'm gonna jump in there. So we inverted this 1 minute fair value gap with a rejection off the retest. Just looking for a small momentum trade to the downside. We're currently rejecting off this 200 EMA. So let's see if we can break down past this 200 EMA. If not, I will close this trade out and just walk away for the day. I'm going to close that trade out there. So we did break below that 1 minute fair value gap. And it just kind of rejected lower. That may have been the pullback we were looking for. We got a 5 minute here. It inverted. Came down. We did get an inversion off that 5 minute. The inversion off that 5 minute. I mean, we may be able to hit those highs. Maybe even a little bit higher. So let's get it. I'm going to pull our stop loss up there. Hopefully we'll get some good momentum to the upside. We're approaching that 1050 macro. Let's pull our stop. Let's pull our take profit up a little bit. Let's walk this up. No, kind of went too fast for me. I wanted to walk it up a little bit there. So we swept high day, which we originally thought was going to happen. We kind of got in a little bit too early. So it looks like we may be seeing some more continuation to the upside. We're approaching that 1050 macro. Let's see if we're going to deliver maybe to this 266 area here. Let's look for a pullback. Maybe we pull back into this bullish order block here. So we'll see if this is going to be a pullback down into this bullish order block. We swept the high days. Now we're headed down, which is to be expected after a sweep of that liquidity. How far down? Yet to be seen. We're respecting this 5-minute fair value gap here. That was inverted. Caught another little jab there. Still down about 130. Okay, we got 2 back-to-back wins on that one. Just trying to kind of taking these little pop shots. I don't want to do it too much because it could just be one pop in the wrong way, and that's it. I am taking these trades off of my strategy and inversion of this 5-minute fair value gap. Just that price is still kind of ranging there. Maybe due to the fact we're in a major inefficiency here. If we can get some structure above this 50% area of my higher time frame level here, I'd be willing to bounce off this level and take more longs. We do have some low resistance liquidity here on this 1 hour. It looks like we're trying to break out of this range here. There's the 5-minute. So it doesn't look like we're gonna. Looks like price is too interested in closing that gap there. I'm just gonna try to make it more. See, we've been stuck between these two higher time frame inefficiencies here. We're currently in that daily fair value gap, that daily bearish fair value gap. It's been rejecting, but each time it's been going higher and rejecting higher and higher. So that's kind of the price action we've been seeing. High, low, higher, low, higher, so in this price action you kind of want to try to buy the dip, so to speak, buy the pullback. Right now that bounce area would be this 5-minute fair value gap that was inverted. Well, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't inverted. This is the fair value gap that's been holding up. So this fair value gap has really been acting as support and holding price. So that's the area that we've been bouncing from. Which aligns with the 1-minute fair value gap, which is good. When two fair value gaps on 2 different time frames align, that it's kind of a strong area of support or resistance depending on which way price is going. Right now you have that 5-minute that's aligned pretty much with that 1-minute fair value gap. Which is creating a stronger area of support. So that's that 1-minute fair value gap. This is the 5-minute. So these two together are creating strength. It's kind of like reinforcement. So each of these are reinforcing each other, giving it more power to the upside. And that's why we're kind of seeing it kind of push against this higher time frame fair value gap. Well, let's see if it's strong enough to push into it. Let's see if we can get maybe one more bird shot up to these, break this high. Retesting that 1 minute. As we stay above cosmic encroachment, that 1 minute will just be, we're actually at the high point of that 5 minute. I can hear Shiloh getting a little upset. So we're about getting towards the end of this stream anyway. Shiloh, what's wrong? Yeah? Oh yeah?
Daddy, I don't like this. I don't like this.
You don't like it? Your nail polish fell off. You say hi, look. Look here. That's you.
What's that?
That's you. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Say I'm back.
No.
Say I'm back.
Walk my wagon. Walk my wagon.
Yeah.
Walk my wagon.
Take a walk in your wagon.
Walk my wagon. I don't like that.
Yeah, we're currently in this 1050 macro. See if price wants to deliver to the upside.
Huh? It's 10. My nail polish came out. My nails came off. It's peanut. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, let's just relax for a little bit.
Sure, Daddy.
Leave the mic alone. We're not gonna do that. All right. You gotta be good. You're gonna sit here. Sit here with me and just be nice. It's okay. You're with me now. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. We'll go take a walk. We're getting some bottom wicks here. And show buyers are trying to step in. We're just not seeing a lot of volume.
We'll take a walk on my wagon. I will take a walk on my wagon.
Okay, we're gonna take a walk. Can you be patient just for a little bit?
Take a walk on my wagon.
So we see this candle going down, but we're not seeing volume increase.
Take a walk
It
on
tells
my
me that price doesn't
wagon.
want to go down
Yes.
too much.
Take a walk on it. Yes. Are you talking with me? Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can get a small jab here. Break these highs.
Funny. What is that?
Kind of risky here.
Miss Bunny. 1, 2, 3. You're not on me. Come, Miss Bunny. I'm here. I'm not here. It's that bunny now. Oh, that's
Alright, let's close that out. Grab a little $50
Is
on
that
that one.
bunny? Yes, that is
So
bunny.
we may just walk away with the $81
$81
to the downside,
That's me.
which I'm not too sad about that. It's kind of break-even day for me. If we look at our lucid, we basically had green day, so today will probably be our first red day, $81, which, you know, we're just gonna, at some point, you just gotta say, hey, we'll take that. So it's not bad. Not bad. So we 1, 2. Let's not do that, okay? No, because now you're not being nice. You want me to take you for a walk, you got to be nice too.
No.
So we've had some consecutive days green here. Today we'll probably walk away with $81 on the negative.
What's that sound?
Let's see. You could break this area of resistance here. I don't doubt we'd shoot and grab these highs.
3, 4.
But I'm not going to sit here and wait for this. So we may, let's see, since we're in the macro, let's see if price wants to deliver to the upside as we approach this new hourly candle. Got about 30 seconds. It looks like we're getting some buyers stepping in with that bottom wick there. So we pump through there. I'm looking at this next target at 266. There's that new 1 hour popping up. Let's see. Took a risk here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Alright, I'm gonna close that out. I don't like the way price was moving down. Looks like we're getting down there. I am trading this a little bit more aggressively as an eval, but I don't want to risk too much here. But sometimes you just gotta lay it out. We're just gonna close that out there. I'm not gonna take that there. We're just gonna close that out. I don't know what's at this macro. We're right at this 1101 side. I kind of want to believe that the macro is going to deliver to the upside. kind of coming down into this consolidation area. Still respecting these fair value gaps here. We're getting some major push down. Wow, there's that short. Coming back down into this balance area. So we have bounced from this area in the past. So let's see if that pullback will deliver us to the upside here. We failed to break these highs. Getting some buyers step in here on this 1 minute fair value gap. So let's see if this new 5 minute candle looks like it's headed. We are respecting consummate encroachment of this 5 minute fair value gap.
Daddy. Say.
I think we'll be heading lower there.
I'm dizzy. Okay. Yes. Okay. Daddy.
We got in on the wrong side there.
Daddy.
Pull our stop loss up here in the profit. And let's try to see if we can't get in there on the right side of this trade. So we did trade down into the balance area there. And we pushed up. And it looks like that macro was trying to deliver to the upside. I increased our size and took it. There we go. Pulled us out there. So we took us back down to 66. We got out of our deficit. We were down about $300. Now we're only down about 66 bucks. I kind of walked this up. We may continue to see higher prices there, but it kind of got us back at it. This is kind of like range trading. I still want to stay within my strategy, but I'm not going to test it anymore. I don't like this price action. You know, we put in enough work today, and we kind of just donated $60 to the market. Okay, but that was just on that account. On the IQ account, on our pre-market, we did pretty good. We're up 124 on the day. So on an average, we're up $60 on the day once we average these two accounts out. So it is what it is. The price action today just wasn't that great. You know, in alignment with my strategy. Now some people did support resistance. They did make out. You buy the dips, but this is kind of like range. This is kind of like range trading right here. So it looks like we're going to take the highs here. Yeah, so that looks like that 1050 macro delivered to the upside. And so I kind of had to flip my bias there. I was trying to catch some momentum to the downside, and but once I seen that we traded to this balance area where price has been rejecting consistently, I knew we were on the wrong side of that trade. So I immediately increased my size and got in on the right side, which were longs to the upside. Trailed our stop loss, and it got us out right at the top portion of this range just before we hit that resistance area. So not too bad. So we hit that objective there. We may be going for the 280s there. We're getting deeper and deeper into this daily fair value gap. We did hit our higher time frame level there. Now, if we start to break above and hold here, let's see, we got about 15 seconds left. Let's break above and hold above this line and see some type of structure bounce off this line here. I'd see more longs coming our way. And that's that new 5-minute candle there. And it's kind of fighting there. That's that 1110 area. 1110, that was the end of that 1050 macro. Here on this 1 minute fair value gap here. That was about 100 points. So this was a 100-point move, but you don't need to get the whole move. Like when I seen that price flip, I went a little bit more heavier and caught a good portion of that move and got some gains on the day. So you can't beat yourself up because you didn't get the whole move. You don't want to start bottom ticking to try to call the tops and bottoms. So that's when you get burned. I'm sticking to my strategy. I'm not just flipping haphazardly here. We're rejecting off this 5-minute fair value gap, which is giving me indications for longs. We've inverted a bearish fair value gap here. Still off of that inversion there, even though we came back down. We've rejected off of these higher time frame PD arrays. So these are all indications of long. Rejection off the higher time frame PD arrays, bullish fair value gaps. So we're sticking within our strategy here. So now we're seeing some bounce off that higher time frame. Our next area is 308. That's my next area of interest, that 308 area, which is consummate encroachment of that bearish fair value gap. I'd like to see some retracement, ideally, before entering into anything else, if I do take anything else. So we may see a pop. But we've got some retracement there on this 1 minute. So I'm gonna take it as it is for today. We took about $66 to the downside on this account here. We're kind of up and down on our P&L. Overall, doing pretty good on this account. I'm not gonna test it anymore. We're about due for a red day, so we'll just call it that. This Tuesday will be a red day. I don't like taking them, but that's part of my discipline. That's part of the lessons that I'm learning. Maybe I just need to walk away and take this and look at it and let it marinate, let it soak in. Kind of settle with my emotions, because in the past I do get kind of emotional when I trade. To sit with this red day and to regulate my emotions. It's not a big red day, but it's still red, so still kind of in my mind touches me in a certain way. I think that's good for me. I think that's good for my psychology. I think it's good for my discipline to not try to revenge trade, try to say I want to be green. I don't care if it's $10 in the green. I'm going to keep trading until I get it. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to take this red day. We're going to sit with it. We're going to get used to those emotions that come with it, and grow and learn. So thanks everyone that checked me out, that came to stream with us on this session. These are the steps we're taking towards growth and towards profitability. So this is where it begins. So thanks again. I'll see everyone tomorrow, and happy trading. Peace.